Story. She posted her morning run at 6 a.m. By 9 a.m., 3 words ended the life she knew. It has spread. But what happened in the next 14 months? Even her oncologist calls it statistically improbable. The alarm went off at 5:47 a.m., same as every morning for the past 6 years. Olivia silenced it before the second beep, a habit born from years of not wanting to wake Marcus or the girls. Her running shoes sat exactly where she'd left them the night before. Everything in Olivia's life had a system, a place, a purpose. The Portland morning air hit her face with that familiar bite of Pacific Northwest autumn as she stepped onto the front porch. 42 degrees, perfect running weather. By mile 2 along the Willamette River Trail, everything clicked into place. This was the moment she lived for, when her mind went quiet and her body just knew. She stopped at her usual spot, the Vista Point overlooking the river, where the sunrise hit just right. Phone out, angle adjusted, smile, genuine, because running genuinely made her happy, click. Caption: Mile 6 done before most people's coffee. Who else is up crushing goals this morning? Hashtag morning run, hashtag Portland runner, hashtag marathon training, hashtag mom life. Post. But Olivia's thumb hovered over one notification, a text from Dr. Rebecca Chen, her primary care physician. Olivia, I need you to call me as soon as. She didn't finish reading it, not yet, not while the endorphins were still flooding her system. Marcus was making pancakes when she walked in. The smell of buttermilk and vanilla filled their kitchen, the one they'd renovated 2 years ago. Everything perfect. Everything planned. Good run, Marcus asked. 6 miles. Felt strong. But something felt off. A tightness in her chest that hadn't been there during the run. Mom, Mia won't let me use the purple brush. Her phone buzzed again. Dr. Chen, calling now. This was the moment everything changed. But Olivia didn't know she had just 30 seconds left of the life she'd carefully built. She answered. Olivia, thank God. I need you to come in immediately. Dr. Chen's voice had that particular tone, the one medical professionals use when something is very, very wrong. I'm actually just getting ready to take the girls to school. Today, this morning, can Marcus watch the girls? The kitchen suddenly felt too bright. Marcus had turned around, spatula in hand, reading her face. What's this about, Rebecca? A pause. Too long. Your mammogram results from last week. There are some irregularities. I've already called Dr. Morrison at OHSU. He's expecting you at 10. Dr. Morrison, the oncologist, the one who gives TED Talks about breakthrough cancer treatments. Oncologist? 10 a.m., Olivia. The call ended. For exactly 7 seconds, nobody moved. Then Marcus dropped the spatula. Liv? It's probably nothing, just a precaution. Don't do the thing where you pretend everything's fine. But pretending everything was fine was Olivia's superpower, until it wasn't. The OHSU Cancer Institute building looked exactly like every other medical building in Portland. Glass and steel meant to convey hope and healing. Olivia had driven past it 1,000 times. She'd never imagined she'd walk through those doors as a patient. Dr. Morrison's office had photos of his kids on one wall. Ski trips, graduations, a wedding. He was human. Somehow that made it worse. Miss Harris, I'm going to be direct with you because I find that's what most people prefer. Olivia nodded, her hands gripping the armrest until her knuckles went white. Dr. Morrison pulled up images on his screen. Black and white shapes that meant nothing to Olivia, but clearly meant everything to him. You have invasive ductal carcinoma, breast cancer. Based on the initial imaging and biopsy results, we're looking at stage 4. The cancer has metastasized, spread beyond the breast. We found evidence in your lymph nodes and preliminary scans suggest possible involvement in your liver and bones. Liver. Bones. Words that had just been body parts 5 minutes ago were now battlegrounds. The doctor kept talking, but Olivia had stopped hearing. All she could think about was Mia asking for help with her science project last night, Lily begging for one more bedtime story. What's the survival rate? Dr. Morrison's kind eyes met hers. 5-year survival rate is approximately 28%. But those statistics don't account for newer treatments, and they certainly don't account for you, your age, your overall health. 28%. How long did I have this without knowing? Cancer of this stage typically develops over months, sometimes years, but we can be aggressive back. Olivia thought about the morning she'd felt extra tired, the night sweats she'd blamed on stress. Her body had been screaming, and she'd mistaken the alarms for victories. If this was your wife, what would you tell her? Dr. Morrison didn't hesitate. I'd tell her we're going to fight like hell. I'd tell her that stage 4 doesn't mean terminal, it means chronic. And I'd tell her that the next few months are going to be the hardest thing she's ever done, but she's not doing it alone. My daughters are 11 and 8. I know. I'm supposed to teach Lily how to do a French braid. Mia's applying to a performing arts middle school next year. You will. Olivia left his office with a folder full of papers and a diagnosis that would change everything. But the hardest part? Going home and telling Marcus. Telling the girls. Telling her 180,000 followers who thought she had all the answers. She sat in her car for 23 minutes. Her phone kept buzzing. Instagram notifications. Her post from this morning had blown up. 387 likes, 62 comments. People who had no idea that the woman smiling in that photo had just been told she might die. She drove home on autopilot. Marcus met her at the door. One look at her face and he knew. Stage 4, she managed between sobs. It spread. Liver, bones. He said, 28%. You're not a statistic. You're Olivia fucking Harris. You've run 6 marathons. This is just another wall. But even as Marcus said the words, both of them were thinking, what if fighting isn't enough? They told the girls that evening. Olivia had rehearsed 17 different versions in her head. None of it prepared her for actually doing it. Girls, Mom went to the doctor today and they found out I'm sick. Like a cold? Mia asked. No, more serious. I have something called breast cancer. Lily's bottom lip started trembling. Are you going to die? Oh, God, straight to it. I'm going to do everything I can to get better. The doctors have a treatment plan. But are you going to die, Lily pressed, crying now? I don't know, baby, but I'm going to try my hardest to stay here with you guys for as long as possible. They sat tangled together on the couch for a long time. Eventually, Lily fell asleep against Olivia's chest, her cheeks still wet with tears. Mom, Mia whispered. I'm scared. Me too, baby. Me too. That night, Olivia thought about her Instagram post. Still up, still getting likes, still presenting a version of her life that no longer existed. Tomorrow, she'd start seeing exactly what she was up against. But tonight, she let herself grieve for the life she thought she had. The scans came back 3 days later. Dr. Morrison pulled up the images, glowing spots that looked like stars in a dark sky. Right breast, primary tumor, 4.2 centimeters, multiple lymph nodes, liver, 3 lesions, skeletal involvement in the T7 vertebra, right femur, and left rib cage. That's why my back's been hurting, Olivia said quietly. Her spine had been literally being eaten by cancer, and she thought it was bad posture. We start aggressive treatment immediately. Chemotherapy, targeted therapy, and immunotherapy. We're hitting the cancer from multiple angles. When? Next week. The regimen is ACT, about 5 months of chemotherapy. Then we reassess. 5 months. 5 months of being sick. 5 months of her daughters watching their mother deteriorate. And if it works? Then we talk about surgery. Stage 4 breast cancer is typically managed as a chronic disease. We keep it controlled rather than cured. Not cured. Controlled. What if I don't do treatment? Marcus's head snapped toward her. Live. Without treatment, I'd estimate 6 months to a year, Dr. Morrison said gently. You'd be in increasing pain. Those 6 months wouldn't be quality time. Marcus was crying now, and somehow that made it real in a way nothing else had. Okay, Olivia whispered. We fight. She spent the weekend trying to live normally, but everything had this weird, hyper-real quality. Sunday night, she couldn't sleep. Lay in bed scrolling through messages. At 2 a.m., she made a decision. She wasn't going to hide. She opened Instagram and started typing. I haven't posted in 3 days because my life changed. On Monday, I was diagnosed with stage 4 breast cancer. It has spread to my lymph nodes, liver, and bones. My 5-year survival rate is 28%. For 6 years, I've shared my running journey with you, the highlights, PRs, and finish lines, but I haven't shared the real stuff. I'm sharing it now. I don't know what the next few months look like. I don't know if I'll ever run another marathon. I don't have answers. What I have is cancer and fear and 2 little girls who need their mom. This is my new marathon, the one I didn't train for. Mile 1 starts now. Hashtag cancer journey. Hashtag stage 4 warrior. Hashtag Olivia versus cancer. She attached a photo, just her, sitting on her couch, no makeup, eyes red, looking exactly as scared as she felt. Then she posted it. Within 5 minutes, her phone exploded. Comments rolled in faster than she could read them. 487, 892, 1,247. You got this, warrior. My mom beat stage 4. You can too. Your honesty is everything. Her follower count started climbing. 19K, 20K, 22K. But more importantly, Olivia felt something she hadn't felt since Monday. Not alone. She had no idea this post would change everything, not just for her, but for thousands who needed to see someone fight without pretending it was easy. The first chemotherapy infusion was Monday. The center was nothing like she expected. Recliners, large windows, almost comfortable. Jackie, her nurse, was in her 50s with the kind of competent energy that immediately made Olivia feel safer. First time is always the scariest, Jackie said, prepping the IV, but we're going to take good care of you. How long? 4 to 5 hours today. Pre-meds, then the adramycin, we call it the red devil, then Cytoxin. Marcus fussed with the blanket. You don't have to stay, Olivia told him. Where else would I be? Jackie returned with a bag of red liquid. This is the adramycin. Your pee will be red for a day or 2. Don't panic. The red liquid started flowing. This was it. Poison to kill poison. For the first 15 minutes, Olivia held her breath waiting for something terrible to happen. But nothing did. The red devil just dripped steadily while she watched autumn leaves fall outside. The woman in her 60s looked over. First time? I'm Patricia, stage 4 lung cancer. Olivia, stage 4 breast, round 1. Welcome to the club nobody wants to join. You get to know each other here. Last month, we had a birthday party for Tom, right in these chairs. Does it get easier? The fear gets easier, but you learn you're tougher than you thought. They walked out at 3 p.m. I did it, Olivia said. One down, Marcus agreed. But both were thinking 19 more to go.
Patricia had been right. That night, Olivia felt almost normal. The steroids had her wired. But the next morning, she woke up feeling like she'd been hit by a truck. She barely made it to the bathroom before throwing up. Olivia spent 3 days in bed, existing in a gray fog of exhaustion and nausea. The girls would peek in, scared. "Is Mom dying?" she heard Lily ask Marcus. "No, baby, this is the medicine. It's supposed to do this." By day 7, Olivia felt almost human. She made it to Lily's soccer game. When Lily scored, Olivia stood up and cheered so loud the other parents turned. "Did you see, Mom?" "I saw everything, baby. You were amazing." But what Olivia didn't know was that the hair loss would be next, and that would break something else inside her. Day 14, Olivia was brushing her hair when chunks came out in her hand. Not strands, chunks. She walked into the bedroom. It's starting. Over 2 days, her hair came out everywhere. The shower drain clogged, hair on her pillow, hair in her food. On day 16, Olivia stood in the bathroom with Marcus and her mother. "I can't watch it fall out piece by piece." Her mother squeezed her shoulder. "Then we take control." 20 minutes later, Marcus held his beard trimmer. Olivia had posted a story, "Shaving it off tonight. This is the part I've been dreading most, but I'm not giving cancer the satisfaction. I'm taking it myself. Hashtag buzz it off, hashtag my choice." "Ready?" Marcus asked. "No." "Do it anyway." Mia and Lily stood in the doorway. "Can I help?" Mia asked quietly. "Yeah, baby." Each of them took turns. When they were done, Olivia stared at her reflection. The bald woman looking back was a stranger. Marcus wrapped his arms around her. "You're beautiful." "I'm bald." "You're beautiful. And alive." She posted the photo, her and Marcus in the mirror, her bald head shining, both crying. "This is what cancer looks like. This is what fighting back looks like. Hair grows back, life doesn't. Hashtag bald is beautiful, hashtag still me." Within an hour, 12,000 likes. Cancer could take her hair, but it couldn't take her fight. The pattern became familiar. 2 weeks fighting side effects, 1 week feeling almost human, then back to the infusion center. Round 3, mouth sores so painful she couldn't eat solid food for 6 days. Round 4, fever of 102.3, emergency room at 2 a.m., her white blood cell count crashed, neutropenic, no immune system. "You need to be careful," the ER doctor warned. "No crowds, your body can't fight back right now." Olivia spent a week isolated in her bedroom. The girls weren't allowed in. She watched them through FaceTime, trying not to cry when Lily pressed her hand against the screen. "When can I hug you?" "Soon, baby." "I miss you." "I'm right here." "But I can't touch you." She posted, "Day 5 of isolation. I can see my daughters but can't touch them. This is what fighting cancer really looks like. Hashtag isolated, hashtag cancer reality, hashtag Olivia versus cancer." Her following grew to 73,000. By showing the ugly truth, she'd built a community. On day 7, her counts came back up. Lily ran to her the moment the door opened, sobbing. "I missed you so much, Mommy." The isolation had changed something, made her realize surviving wasn't just about killing cancer cells. It was about staying present for the moments that mattered. After 4 rounds of AC, mid-treatment scans came. Dr. Morrison pulled up the images. The primary tumor has shrunk by 40%, lymph nodes responding, liver lesions decreased, bone lesions stable. Marcus exhaled. "Is that good?" "It's very good. The cancer is responding." Olivia posted, "Mid-treatment scans, the cancer is shrinking. Still a long way to go, but for the first time, maybe I'm winning. Hashtag cancer is shrinking, hashtag small victories, hashtag still fighting." 21,000 likes, 1,847 comments. Her follower count hit 94,000. Taxol was different. Less nausea, but neuropathy started.
tingling fingertips, numb toes. By week 6, Olivia dropped her coffee mug 3 times. Nerve damage doesn't always heal, Jackie warned. Week 8, Olivia did something she hadn't done in 6 months. She went for a run. Half a mile at barely more than walking pace, her feet numb, lungs burning. But she ran. "I can't believe I used to run marathons," Olivia gasped. "You'll run them again." Maybe this is enough. Maybe half a mile while fighting stage 4 is worth more than any marathon before. She posted, 0.5 miles, slowest pace of my life, but I ran. 6 months ago, I was diagnosed with stage 4. Today, I ran. Hashtag running again, hashtag small victories. Last infusion came in December. 20 infusions, Jackie said. You did it, warrior. What happens now? 6 weeks for the chemo to clear, then another scan. Olivia posted, "Last chemo, I survived all 20. Scans in 6 weeks will tell us if it worked. Hashtag last chemo, hashtag still here. Hashtag the fight continues." Christmas morning felt almost normal. The girls shrieking about presents, Marcus making coffee, beautiful, chaotic, normal. But the scan results were still 6 weeks away. 6 weeks of not knowing if any of this had worked. The 6 months crawled by. Her hair started growing back, baby soft fuzz. She gained back 6 pounds, went back to work part-time. Her Instagram hit 112,000. January 15th, scan day. 3 hours of machines taking pictures. Results in 48 hours. Olivia couldn't eat, couldn't sleep. January 17th, Dr. Morrison's office. He pulled up the scans. His face was carefully neutral. "I have your results." Olivia stopped breathing. The primary tumor shrunk to 76%. Lymph nodes completely clear. 2 liver lesions gone entirely. The third decreased by 80%. Bone lesions showing significant improvement. Marcus made a sound, half sob, half laugh. "What does that mean?" "The cancer is responding better than I hoped. You're not in full remission. We still have bone involvement, but Olivia, you're winning. The cancer is retreating." "What's next?" "Surgery. Remove the primary tumor and remaining lymph nodes. Then continue targeted therapy long term. Keep you alive." 7 months ago, 28% chance. Now, surgery. A future. Olivia started crying. Marcus was crying. "You did this," Dr. Morrison said. "You're beating this." They posted, her and Marcus, tears streaming, scan results visible behind them. Shrinking, 76% reduction, lymph nodes clear. I'm winning. Surgery in 2 weeks. Hashtag scan results. Hashtag I'm winning. Hashtag still fighting. 43,000 likes in 2 hours. The surgery was scheduled. Olivia had 2 weeks to hope. But what she didn't know was that the surgery would reveal something unexpected. Surgery day. 4 a.m. wake up, no food or water, just antiseptic soap and anxiety. Olivia stood in the bathroom looking at her right breast. In a few hours, it would be gone. Dr. Patterson, the surgeon, "We're doing a right mastectomy with lymph node dissection. 3 hours, recovery 4 to 6 weeks. This doesn't cure stage 4, but it's about local control." "I understand." They wheeled her toward the OR. Marcus walked beside the gurney. "I love you. I'll be right here when you wake up." The OR was bright and cold. Someone asked her to count backwards. 10, 9, 8. Olivia didn't make it to 7. She woke to pain. Sharp, immediate pain. "Olivia?" "The surgery went perfectly," Marcus said. "How long?" 3.5 hours. Clean margins, 15 lymph nodes removed. When she looked down, bandages, drains, her right side flat where her breast had been, lopsided, mutilated, alive. Dr. Patterson came the next morning. Clean margins, 15 lymph nodes being analyzed. Results in 3 to 5 days. 3 to 5 days of waiting. She posted from her hospital bed, her in the gown, drains visible, exhausted but alive. Surgery done, right breast removed, 15 lymph nodes gone. I'm lopsided, I'm in pain, and I'm alive. Hashtag mastectomy survivor. Hashtag still here. Hashtag one boob army. Messages from other women who'd had mastectomies. Photos of scars, stories of reconstruction. One from Jennifer. I had mine 3 years ago. The first shower will be hard, but losing a breast doesn't make you less of a woman. Welcome to the One Boob Club. She went home 3 days later. The girls were careful, but Lily made her a card. Mommy, the warrior.
Day 5. Dr. Patterson called. Out of 15 nodes, 3 came back positive. 12 were clear. 3. Not all, not 0. 3. Is that bad? Better than expected. 3 positive nodes with your pre-treatment imaging suggest the chemo did significant work. What does this mean? We continue as planned. Targeted therapy long-term. Scans every 3 months. We keep controlling this. She posted, pathology, 3 out of 15 positive. Not perfect, but better than expected. Continuing treatment, scans every 3 months for life. Stage 4 means forever monitoring, but I'm still here. Hashtag still fighting, forever fighter. February brought slow recovery. Learning to shower with drains, learning to look at herself and see someone both less and somehow more. By March, back at work full-time. By April, running again, 2 miles, then 3, then 5. Her hair grew back in soft curls. She kept it short, fierce. This is what fighting back looks like. Scans next week. Hashtag still fighting, living, not just surviving. 3-month post-surgery scans. May. Less terrified this time, or just better at hiding it. Dr. Morrison pulled up the scans. The primary site, post-surgical, no recurrence. Lymph nodes, clear. Liver lesions, gone, completely gone. Marcus inhaled sharply. Bone lesions, significantly improved, one completely resolved. What does this mean? You're in partial remission. You still have disease in bone, so not complete remission. But, Olivia, for stage 4, this is exceptional. How long do I have? That's the wrong question. Stage 4 isn't about time. Some patients manage this for decades. So how long? I don't know. But you're going to be here for graduations, weddings, grandchildren. Grandchildren. I'm going to live. You're living right now. The photo. Scan results showing no evidence of disease in multiple locations. Partial remission. Everywhere except bones, gone. 9 months ago, I had 28% odds. Today, my doctor said I'll see my grandchildren. I'm not cured, but I'm winning. Hashtag partial remission, scan results. I'm winning. Hashtag stage 4 thriver. The post went viral. 67,000 likes in 4 hours. News outlets calling. Her following grew to 200,000. But more importantly, her life grew. She ran a 10K in June, spoke at cancer fundraisers, met with newly diagnosed patients. It's going to be horrible, she told them, but you can survive it, I promise. She spoke at a TED-styled event in August. I'm not cured. Every 3 months, I'll get scans. I'll live in 3-month increments. That's stage 4. But I don't take a single day for granted anymore. I'm not cured, but I'm alive. I'm thriving, and that's everything. Standing ovation, 3 minutes. But even on that stage, part of her was counting down. 3 months until the next scan. Stage 4 meant living in the shadow of recurrence. September scans. 6 months since partial remission. She posted, "Scan day. Every time I'm terrified. That's the reality of stage 4. The fear never goes away. Results in 48 hours. Hashtag scan day. Hashtag still fighting." Dr. Morrison pulled up the scans. The bone lesions, 2 completely resolved, 1 stable. No new lesions anywhere. So the same. Better. The bone lesions are continuing to heal. You're not only in partial remission, you're stable. The cancer isn't growing. How long can I stay like this? Some patients stay stable for years, decades. As long as the therapy keeps working, you can manage this indefinitely. Indefinitely. She posted, "Stable. The cancer isn't growing. I'm not cured, but I'm stable. And stable is everything. Hashtag stable disease. Hashtag still here. Hashtag living with cancer." 1 year after diagnosis, Olivia stood in front of her mirror. Short hair, scar across her chest, port scar. Thinner, but stronger. She looked like someone who'd fought a war. The anniversary post? 1 year ago today. Stage 4 breast cancer. 28% chance of surviving 5 years. 1 year later, stable. Partial remission. This year, I learned that surviving isn't about being brave enough. I learned stage 4 means living differently. Scans every 3 months forever. Never quite forgetting. But I also learned life in 3-month increments is still life. That running half a mile bald is braver than any marathon. That community matters. I learned my daughters are stronger than I knew. That losing a breast doesn't make me less. That scars tell stories. Most importantly, I'm still here, still fighting, still Olivia. To everyone fighting, you're not alone. Thank you for walking this with me. 1 year down. Whatever comes next, I'm ready. Hashtag 1 year cancer free. Stage 4 thriver, cancer anniversary, still here, survivor. The journey continues. 94,000 likes, 5,600 comments. Her DMs filled with newly diagnosed patients. Your story gives me hope. If you could do it, maybe I can too. Olivia answered every message. By December, life had settled into a new rhythm. Work, running 15 to 20 miles weekly, scans every 3 months, stable, stable, stable. But also Mia's first performance, Lily's travel soccer team, date nights, normal life punctuated by cancer management instead of dominated by it. She posted less. Not hiding, just living. I used to document everything. Now I'm just living. Cancer is part of my life, but not all of it. See you at my next scan. Hashtag living with cancer, new normal, still here. 14 months post-diagnosis. April scans. Olivia and Marcus sat in Dr. Morrison's office, almost bored with the routine. Dr. Morrison pulled up the scans. His face changed. "Olivia, the bone lesions? The one that was stable?" Olivia's heart stopped. "It's gone. Completely resolved." "Wait, what? You have no evidence of disease.
None. Olivia, you're in complete remission. The room tilted. But stage 4 doesn't. We can't say cured. It could come back. But right now, today, there is no detectable cancer in your body. Marcus started sobbing. What does this mean? We keep monitoring, keep maintenance therapy. But Olivia, this is as close to a miracle as I see. Maybe 15 to 20% of stage 4 patients achieve complete remission. You're one of them. I'm going to live. You're already living. But yes, you're going to live a long, full life. The photo, her and Marcus crying, smiling, scan results showing no evidence of disease. Complete remission. 14 months ago, I had 28% odds. Today, there is no detectable cancer in my body. I can't say cured. Stage 4 means it could return. I'll be monitored forever. I'll get scans every 3 months and hold my breath. But today I won. Not because I was braver. I won because my cancer responded. Because I had access to care. Because of luck. So many fight just as hard and don't get this outcome. This isn't about positive thinking. It's about medical science, access, and randomness. But it's also about community. About 240,000 people who walked this with me, who carried me. Thank you for every message, every comment, every prayer. You were part of this. I'm in complete remission, but I'll never forget what dying feels like. And I'll spend the rest of my life making sure newly diagnosed patients know they're not alone. This is my second chance. I'm not wasting it. Hashtag complete remission, stage 4 survivor, no evidence of disease, Olivia versus cancer. Second chance, not wasting it. 127,000 likes in 6 hours. National news coverage. Good Morning America wanted an interview. That night, Olivia made dinner. Mia doing homework. Lily practicing soccer outside. Marcus opening wine. Normal. Precious. Ordinary. Miraculous normal. Patricia messaged. I heard the news. I'm so happy. Keep fighting for those of us still in the trenches. Patricia's cancer had progressed. Not everyone got Olivia's outcome. I'm fighting for you, always. And I'm here if you need anything. Olivia had survived. And survival came with responsibility. To remember the others still fighting. 3 years later. Olivia Harris stood at the Portland Marathon starting line. The race she'd run 6 times before cancer. The race she'd never thought she'd run again. She wasn't fast anymore. Neuropathy had left permanent damage, but she was here. Pinned to her shirt, a photo, bald Olivia in the chemo chair. Still here, still running. Hashtag Olivia vs. Cancer. The gun fired. Olivia ran. 4 hours and 37 minutes later, she crossed the finish line. Slowest marathon of her life. Best marathon of her life. Marcus and the girls were there. Mia was 15, applying to colleges. Lily was 12, still fierce. Patricia was there, still fighting, still surviving, currently stable. Jennifer flew in, 5 years cancer-free. Dr. Morrison, Jackie, Dr. Patterson, the team who'd kept her alive, and 240,000 followers watching via live stream. Olivia collapsed into Marcus's arms, sobbing. I did it. You never stopped, he whispered. That night, she posted one final photo, her marathon medal against her scarred chest, her smile hard-earned. They gave me 28% odds. I beat them. They said stage 4 was a death sentence. I'm still here. They said I'd never run again. I just finished a marathon. To everyone fighting, don't give up. Even when the odds are terrible. Even when you're terrified. You're stronger than you know, and you're never alone. This marathon is for every person still fighting, every person who didn't get my outcome, every person scared and newly diagnosed. It is possible. It's hard, it's brutal, it's unfair, but it's possible. Keep fighting. I'll fight with you. Hashtag marathon finisher, hashtag stage 4 survivor, hashtag still here, hashtag forever fighter, hashtag this one is for you.